Let's talk about it because I'm the only person talking about it. We got to talk about the NFL draft. And see, what most of you guys are worried about, which is the dum-dums of the group, you guys care about the Atlanta Falcons drafted this guy, or this guy got this offensive tackle, or this guy got this receiver. Listen, that's not the important aspect of the game. You guys are missing all the great stuff. What makes the NFL draft so special? What makes the NFL draft stand out more than anything else in the fucking world is when you get to see the family dynamics. That's the best part of the NFL draft. By far, not even a fucking chance in hell is anything more interesting to watch. How the black athlete and the black mama stops the white girlfriend from getting any type of glory in that motherfucker at all. Because listen, I'm going to talk about it because nobody else is going to talk about it. Because I'm the only person talking about social dynamics. So one of the things I found so perplexing and hilarious and just funny is when they have the NFL draft, you got the homeboy, he's sitting on the phone waiting to get called. They got the camera. They got all the family friends. Mama sitting right there on the couch next to the man. And there's a girlfriend. And she's the only white girl in the room. There's always one white girl in the room because she's looking at it like that. That's my lottery ticket. I spent the last 2 to 3 years of my life scouting this guy out, sucking his dick, washing his dishes, washing his dirty ass drawers, doing his homework, paying for his meals, doing everything I could fucking possibly do to make it to draft night so I can get married to this guy so I can be set for life. And guess what mama does? Mama sets up like a left tackle, says, fuck, that ain't happening. That ain't fucking happening. Not on my watch. Not on my watch, honey. Listen, let me tell you something. I've been raising this motherfucker for a long time. For a long time. And I'll be damned if Miss Becky comes in and thinks she's going to capture all this glory. You got another thing coming to you, young lady. You got another thing coming. That's the best part of the draft. By far. Like, I was watching this one thing. It looks like an offensive tackle. It's a black dude. His mama is sitting right there. The girlfriend's outside the mama. I said the positioning is amazing. Look at her defense. She is making sure there's no way that you're getting any type of real shot or touching on this man. That is my son. And to some degree, it's the whole son-husband epidemic that we got going on with the black community, where a lot of women basically think that their son is their like meal ticket or their lottery ticket to retirement because they didn't work it out with the father. And so they're looking at that dude like, hey, look, young lady, listen. I know you were met him in college. I know it's all this and stuff, but listen, I've been struggling with the food stamps. Getting this boy back and forth to school, dealing with his badass behavior, doing all types of work in the background to make sure he can get to this goddamn point. I chose his daddy because he was 6'7". He was a piece of shit, but I knew that boy would give me a fucking scholarship and get him to the NFL. And Miss Becky, hate to tell you, but yeah, this money ain't for you. And that's the funny part is when the white girl kind of realizes, oh, like I might not be in the position I thought I was really going to be. And I put in all this work in college. I could have got me a Brad who was like a statistical major, who's going to be an accountant, he's going to be just as rich, but further on without all the damage. But she bet her whole livelihood. She probably got banished for her family. I'm telling you, see, this is what they don't tell you guys about. Because once again, I'm the only person talking about it because I'm the only person that know about it. What they don't tell you about a lot of these white girls that date these athletes, these black athletes, is that their parents essentially banished them from the family. So this is like a one-way ticket. Like, look, girl, if this don't work out, you're cooked. Because that old adage, once you go black, you don't go back. Listen, that's not because they did black girls they can't go back, because the white community won't let them back unless they get a simp. And this is the tragedy of the Becky that tries to get the black man that's about to go to the NFL. Now, NBA players are a little bit more game goofy. They're easier to fucking con because they play 1 year. They get in and get out, and you can kind of snatch one of them up because it's like 18, 19. But here's the thing. That football is a different beast, and that's what the Beckys don't be understanding. Football players got to spend 3 years in that motherfucker. So they got 3 years of like gaming, playing, getting in the mama's ear, knowing the family. So if you try to be a football player's wife, you got a whole thing coming. That's a different type of beast. See, you can stink one of them basketball players in. Basketball players kind of goofy because once again, it's 1 year. They can get in, get the contract. 18 years old. They it's just easy work to get a basketball player because they're tall, they goofy, they dumb. But the football players, there's some different cats because a lot of them dudes come from a single mother household, and that's mama's asset. Mom's looking at that's the retirement plan. Like, let me tell you something, Miss Becky, you ain't getting married with me. Not on my watch. Fuck that. He's marrying me. And so when I saw that big old African lady that was in between her son and his girlfriend, and the dude, he was not wise nonetheless. He was just happy to get drafted. I'm drafted. And that's another thing you gotta realize. A lot of football players are fucking retarded. Like one of the things we gotta really understand about athletes, and this is like the psychological aspect of athletes, they're not intelligent people. Like they're really good at football. They have really good spatial awareness. They might have a really good like memory when it comes to playbooks and stuff. But as far as just life, like general understanding of life, social dynamics, power levels, and things of that nature, they're not that intelligent. They're just not. So girls really think that like a football player is an easy target because it's just they're not intelligent. Same thing with hoopers, and just athletes in general. Like one of the things I try to explain to people: if you're a businessman, as a businessman, there's a different level of acumen you have to be able to be good at business. Like it's not so easy. You can't just be told what to do and you make money. It doesn't work that way. It's like every day you gotta get up, you gotta figure some shit out, you gotta play around, manipulate, fail a little bit, gain a little bit, take some losses, take some wins, and it all balances out and you kind of figure things out. In football, athletics, very simple. Play high school, scholarship, play good enough in college, a scout will pick you up. You get chosen, and you essentially get walked through life until you're out the game. So you don't have to really think much. It's just like play. That's it. Like shut your brain off, go play. That's it. That's all you have to do. So essentially, most athletes are essentially like 13-year-old boys that never grow up. That's essentially what they really are in real life. And so Miss Becky really thinks that she's going to walk in and it's going to be easy game. And yeah, when you're in college, it's easy game. It's easy just to get these dudes and be a girlfriend. But they actually get them to marry you. That's a whole nother beast. A whole nother beast. Because mama ain't letting that shit happen to her watch. And what you gotta understand about most athletes is most of these niggas is mama's boys. Mama this, mama that, mama told me not to do this, mama told me not to do that. And I'm telling you, most of these athletes are not intelligent people. And once again, this is coming from somebody who played ball, so I got to sit there and observe. Like, I was one of the smart ball players. I majored in school. I actually did hard shit. I wasn't doing basketball even. So I'm sitting back and watching, like, the dynamics, and I'm seeing how dumb most of these athletes are and how they're getting gamed up. And so what Miss Becky does is she tries to play the sneaky play. She tries to play the good girl. I love you, I'm your pretty little white girl, and I'll cook for you, bring you cookies, suck your dick, make sure you get all the parties, make sure everything's taken care for you. Basically just do everything like he's a fucking mom. And that's what most athletes don't understand. Not most athletes, but most people don't understand that essentially those white girlfriends are basically white mamas to those athletes. Because mama can't be on the campus with you because mama is still working. She's waiting for you to make the NFL. So essentially, that is like their adopted mom. So those white Becky girls that become the girlfriends to the fucking athletes, those are essentially their moms. And when the kid finally gets to the NFL draft or whatever, then mama comes back into the picture because now she knows she ain't got to work no more. So it's like, girl, you don't need to be needed. Like, you get the fuck up out of here. I'm sorry, but this is my asset. You didn't put no work in. Yeah, thank you for your contribution. I hope that was nice for you in college that you got the date and you got to wear his jersey and all this other good shit. But guess what? When it gets real, when it comes to this fucking cheddar, this paper, no. You get none. You get none. Go back to your rich, privileged household. But guess what? She can't go back. She can't go back. And see, that's how you get like the Russell Wilson situation where Russell Wilson had that girl, he had that white girl, he was up in Wisconsin. And as soon as he got some bread and got himself in the league, he got rid of her, and then he got him on Sierra. Now that's a terrible choice to begin with anyway, but that's really the story of most college players. Like, they don't marry those girls. And if they do marry those girls, it's usually a setup, and most of those guys, it goes really, really bad. Because she's just looking to cash in her lottery ticket. It was never about love. It was about, let me get my fucking paycheck. Like Johnny Manziel says, where's my cut? That's what that girl's looking for. Where's my cut? And guess what? No cut is coming because mama's in the thing playing left tackle saying, get the fuck out of here. Pancake. Get your ass out the game. And that's what the best part of the NFL draft is. It's not about these guys living out their dream. It's not about what team picked up a young guy and how he's going to look 5 years in the future in the roster. No. It's about the white girlfriend, the black athlete, and the mama trying to make sure that shit gets fucking shut down immediately because she wants to make sure her paycheck is good. Appreciate you guys for listening.